Hello everyone and welcome back to Modded Minecraft. So we are back on the FTOG server for a little bit more of Avant 3, and as you can see behind me, if I just turn around and get into first person, we've done quite a bit of work on the sort of steelworks over here, so I'm quite pleased with how that has gone. Yeah, I've used the coal on the floor as I said I was going to, and yeah, it looks pretty good in this texture pack. I've not actually looked at it in the vanilla texture pack yet, so yeah, it could look a bit rubbish there, but it looks fine in this texture pack, but I will check it out. And I've just added an extra bit of detail in here along with the furnaces, and yeah, pretty happy with how that is as well. Used a little bit of netherrack in here just to give it a bit of fire. And you probably saw up on top as well, if I just nip up there, that I've done the same thing here. I've chiseled out some chimneys, which I'm quite happy about. And yeah, all is going well. The only thing that I haven't done, which I said I was originally going to do, was just add some corner pieces on here. But yeah, I'll do that in between episodes again. And then for the blast furnaces, I've added in the preheaters. And I've just got myself another one of the dimensional transceivers back here just to power those. It's probably a little bit of overkill for power. But yeah, so that's going quite well. It's going quite fast. And the bottleneck on here, the reason why there's not an absolute ton of steel in here, the bottleneck is the tree farm. It's just not producing coal quickly enough to sort of keep it up and running. Because, as I say, this does go through quite fast. But as I say, it's pretty much out of coal all the while, but I'm not too fussed at the moment. It's creating enough for me at the second. I think probably I'm going to increase the size of this a little bit. I'm probably, to be fair, I'm going to relocate this somewhere else because I'm not overly happy with where it is anymore. It's just a little bit sort of odd just here. Ignore this, just something that I'm building for something I'm going to do, else I'm going to do off camera, which I'll show you soon. And then finally, I've just replaced all of this that was down here with dirt, so it's turned to grass, and then I'm going to be landscaping that. Again, something else that I'm going to do in between episodes or off camera or whatever. So that's that. And yeah, so we've had a couple of episodes now of, sort of like building stuff and whatever. And I want to get back to the tech. And what I really, really want to do is get on with making the digital miner from Mekanism. Now, the reason why I want to make that, you probably wonder, when I've already got a bit of a setup over in the mining dimension using the RF Tools builder, is pretty much because of this. I'm getting an absolute, because of this even, I'm getting an absolute ton of the basalt. I'm getting loads and loads of hardened stone, loads of alabaster. And to be honest, I really, really don't need that much of it. I don't want to be storing as much of it as I've got. Now, I could just make void upgrades for this, which would be fine. It would keep it pretty much under control. But if I just show you in the relevant slot in here, this is what's basically coming through. So we're getting a load of limestone as well. We're getting loads of marble, and what it's doing is it's backing this up while we're sort of waiting for stuff to smelt. And yeah, so stuff is not coming through as quickly as I want, which means that when I do want a particular type of ingot or whatever, if I use a lot of it and I run out, I've pretty much either got to manually move all the stuff across, which is what I've been doing, or I've got to wait for it just to sort of slowly clear the backlog. Now, getting back to the digital miner, what that's going to enable us to do is, it's not that, we'll go into how it's made in a second, but what that's going to enable us to do is just to select particular types of ore or whatever from where we place it down. And that is going to be a lot better because I like having the control, the same as with the agricultural expansion. I like having the actual control over what we have. And yeah, so that's going to give us that. So it looks quite complicated at first, but it really isn't. A lot of this stuff is made in the metallurgic infuser. I think it's called, yeah, the metallurgic infuser. And we need quite a bit of of obsidian. We need a few diamonds in order to make this refined obsidian dust. And that's going to allow us to make the atomic alloy along with the reinforced alloy, which is a bit more diamond dust than some of these enriched alloy, which is just redstone and iron. And we need a basic control circuit. They're really, really easy. Bit of redstone and some osmium. And I think we need it in the teleportation core as well, maybe. Yeah, so we need a few more of those for the teleportation core. This logical sort is really easy. It's just another one of the basic control circuits, a piston and some iron. And finally, the row bit, which is a little bit more fiddly because we need some energy tablets, some more of the atomic alloy, some refined obsidian ingots, and a personal chest. So there's quite a few bits and pieces to get through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disappear off camera. So I'm going to use my handy bag and I'm going to stuff all of the bits and pieces that I can in here. And then, yeah, we can get on, put the bits and pieces that we need in the metallurgic infuser, and then we'll craft it all together and we'll see how it works. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've done a little bit of the prep work. So I've got some of the bits and pieces over here, some of the raw materials. I've also gone ahead and made some of the basic components. And the reason why is, and these are all made in the the enrichment chamber stroke metallurgic infuser. I don't know why it's got a different name there, but fine. But yeah, this is quite slow and I haven't made an upgrade for it yet. The upgrades are pretty easy, but yeah, I just got on with it. So all you do, if you haven't seen it before, is you just dump what you need in this slot and it will turn it into kind of like a liquid in here. And then you put the item that you want to infuse in here, and then it will slowly work through and give you the output. But we do need to still use that. And what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to grab some of these reinforced alloys now that we've got the refined obsidian dust. And that's just a little bit more diamond dust and some of the enriched alloy. And if you remember, we need 7 of those. So pretty simple. To get the obsidian, obviously you can just use the sag mill, but you can't put the diamonds in there. What you've got to do instead is, and I've made this hammer from Terraqueous, and it was the easiest thing of all to do. There's a number of crushers that you can make, but this does the job just as well. It's just a block of iron over a log, any type of log. You just put it in the crafting grid and out pops the diamond dust. So in order to get these bits, we're going to need the reinforced alloys. And yeah, this is just some of the diamond dust and some of the enriched alloys. And if you remember, we needed, I think it was 7 of those. So we pop the diamond dust in there, that'll fill up. So you can see there's now 70 in there, equating to the 7 diamonds that we've just put in. And if we just come out, we need 7 of those. So might as well grab those all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that'll, as you can see, it is quite slow. So that'll slowly go away. It'll make those bits. So while that is, let's just pick up our hammer. While that is doing that, there is some of the bits and pieces that we can put together if we grab just a load of these materials over here. We can actually get on and we can make quite a bit of this up front. I think we've got enough redstone down there. I think we perhaps need some more diamonds, and we definitely need some of the cobble. So we'll go into the crafting grid and we can start off. We can make I think we can make these, yeah. So we just need, first of all, a piston. Now, I have noticed this, that if we go into here, we can shift click into this still, but we can't shift click into the crafting stations anymore. So I think we'll just do it that way. So there's the bits. So we need 2 pistons because we need 2 of those. And then, yeah, so we just basically should be able to put 2 of those together. Now, for whatever reason, it didn't seem to recognize that we'd got pistons. That's fine. Okay, so there's 2 of those, and they don't stack, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's fine. I don't think we're going to need any more space. Now, we've already got those. We're going to be making those. The steel casing, pretty simple to make. We just need any type of glass block, some steel ingots, and some osmium. So, as I say, we should just be able to make ourselves one of those. And then finally, we need the Robit, which is the little bit in the middle here. We can't make this yet because we need the atomic alloy. The Robit, which is another atomic alloy. And yeah, so we're going to need some energy tablets, which I think we've got the gold we have. In fact, let's just get ourselves a little bit organized and get rid of some of the stuff that we don't need right away. So we'll put those over there, and that will give us a little bit of space. So we can make the energy tablets, hopefully. If we go, can we just click this in? It doesn't seem to want to click in. It does. Right, so we need 2 energy tablets, and we'll put those over there as well, and put the cobble back because we won't need that anymore. And we're also going to need a personal chest, which I think we've got pretty much all the bits and pieces that we need for that. If we just go back into that, into the right thing. And that's telling us that we need a chest first of all. So let's just quickly whip up a couple of chests. And I'm not sure that it's going to accept spruce chests. So we may well have to go and get some oak. Because I've noticed, yeah, these recipes are a little bit funny about this. So I wonder actually if I've got any oak chests in my inventory anywhere, which that would be quite handy if we had. We have. So there's a couple of those. Let's pop those back. Let's pop those over there. And now let's go back into this. Select the personal chest. Pop this over here. And we need to grab one of those out. It's a shame that the stuff from the handy bag, you couldn't just automatically click stuff in and for it to know that it was there as well. But yeah, that's fine. I keep forgetting which inventory I'm in. Right, so let's make one of those. And yeah, so we've got that. And we're going to have to make another machine for this, which we'll have a look at in a sec. But in the meantime, let's go and see how our metallurgic infusers are doing. So that's done all those. And in order then to finish these off, we need some more of the refined obsidian dust along with those. So we'll put those in there. And we need another 7 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that'll go away and make that. And yeah, we'll have a look at this other machine that I said about, because in order to get the refined obsidian, we're going to need an obsidian compressor. And that's all pretty easy to make. We need another steel casing, which we've just made, and some more of these. I made enough of these, by the way. And then some of the advanced control circuits, which again, I've made enough of these bits and pieces for this. So first of all then, let's just grab the bits and pieces that we need over here. And then we'll go back in through the RF. And I'm losing myself rapidly. Right, here we go. So we want to make, first of all, another one of these steel casings. And we've got all the bits and pieces that we need for that. That's good. And then finally, we're going to need to make, there we go. We're going to need to make some of these. And hopefully we can make 1, 2 of those. And then we should just be able to put this together, because I think that we've now got all the bits that we need for this. We need a couple of buckets as well. So a couple of buckets, easy enough to do. Pop those down there, and we'll go in through the RF tools this time and just throw this together. So hopefully we've got everything that we need for this. So we'll craft one of those as well. And we're going to stick that next to the metallurgic infuser. So we'll just take out another piece of the marble and we'll pop that in just there. Go and make sure that it's powered. And yeah, I've got those bits on me anyway. I'm assuming that just needs, just needs power that way. So that's going to take another 40 RF per tick. That's fine. I've got plenty of power. And in order to do this then, all we need is, we need some osmium ingots and some more of the refined dust. So we need 2 of those. So that's going to be pretty easy. So a couple of osmium ingots and some of the refined dust. And that's going to be another slow machine. We'll see how this one's doing. So that has finished. So that's done its bits and pieces. That's good. And we just need 1 more of those bits. You can put upgrades in all these machines, and I certainly will be doing that because in fact we've run out of osmium. There we go. Because these are quite slow otherwise, and we're certainly going to be making some more of the mechanism stuff as we go through. Okay, so we've got this top row here, we've got this, we've got that. So we just need, hopefully, to slot that together. Now that was telling me that we were missing some bits. Okay, there's the energy. So I thought I'd made the energy tablets. Did I just? Yeah, I did. I just put them over there, didn't I? Let's just pop that over there for now. And we don't need any more of the glass. In fact, if I just grab all the bits that I need, and we should just be able to slot these bits and pieces together. And I went into the wrong place there. Like so. So that's that. There is our, where's it gone? I've lost it. I can't see it right. There's our Robit. And the teleportation cores. We need 2 of those. So 1. And now we are missing lapis, but that's fine. I just need to turn some of that into actual lapis rather than blocks. And then we can go back in and make the other one of those that we need. So that's 1 of those, that's 2 of those. And then finally, we should just be able to pop this together. Excellent. So there is the digital miner. Now, I'm going to go and take this straight over to the mining dimension. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about is how much power this is going to use. But I did start to get the bits and pieces together to make... There we go. I did start to get the bits and pieces together to make the next level of the solar array. A little bit of lag there. And let's just make sure that is empty. That has actually finished. Yeah, it has. So let's just grab up all of this because we're not going to need any of this anymore. And so hopefully that'll be quite it'll be quite easy to put together. And I just want to go and put this in a totally different spot to obviously what we've been mining in so far. As you say, we've done quite a lot of mining, but so much of this is just stuff that we don't need. I mean, luckily you're able to set that and get rid of the cobble and the dirt, but yeah, that is about it. So I guess we'll stick the digital miner down kind of just here. I think will be a good place. And that is a pretty big bit of kit. And I'm hoping that it's fairly easy to actually get running. And in order to do so, I'm guessing they're power slots, or maybe they're power slots. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's just stick the power down. So we know the power comes out of the left-hand side of this, I think. And I'm not actually seeing... Okay, so it's there. Okay, so that's got power. That's good. And then we need to configure it. And this is with a filter. So I think it's potentially... No, it's not all dictionary. Let's try that again. Maybe it's just material. Or stack. We'll go through them all until we find the right one. So item stack. Okay, so let's say, for example, that we wanted it. We haven't actually got any ores on us at the moment. And we just have to pop back through just to, I think, In fact, can we not just go down here and grab a random ore? Yeah, there's one. There's one down here. So we'll grab this quickly and we'll just see if we can get it to grab us some gold. And it's a lot quicker getting down than it is up. That is for sure. I just want to see this actually working because it looks quite complicated, but I'm sure it's not. So let's add this in again. So fairly sure. Go with item stack. That just seems to make the most sense. Save. Item filter. Gold. And then we should. It's not ready, it's saying. Why is it not ready? And you can't start it yet. Okay, so it's saying there's 19 of those to mine. It's come on. And maybe we just need to stick. Is it maybe a chest just here? It's not found anything yet. It's definitely got power and it's definitely doing something. Okay, so yeah, it's pulling the stuff into the inventory here. And I want that to come out. So maybe, can we use item conduits? And these are all going to be in my storage tablets, aren't they? And I think, isn't there a button on here where you can change this so that it you can use this interdimensionally? I'm going to have to nip back over to the other dimension and grab the item conduits out, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, there we go. So hurry up. That was quite slow. Yeah, everything seems to be moving quite slowly. Right, so there we go. Let's go into here. Yeah, I thought there was a button that you could use. Oh, I think it's in the actual module itself. Right, fine. I'll do that off camera. I'll set it so that you can actually do it across dimensions. But for now, we need some of the conduits, and it's the item conduits that we need. So we just pop straight back over again. Hopefully that'll be a little bit quicker this time. And if we just put this here for now, I'll make this look a little bit neater. And we'll put that onto just extract. And we'll grab the chest up again. Obviously it'll fall down there. I'm going to have to get myself some sort of a magnet, I think. That will definitely make life a little bit easier. And then we'll pop that on top. You can jump down here and turn that onto insert. Yeah, and that is still not pulling stuff off. Okay, so a little bit of messing about later, and yeah, I've kind of got this sussed out now. So what I've done is I've moved the dimensional transceiver onto the back. So if you remember, there were two slots here. There's one on the top and there's also one on the back. Now it turns out the slot on the top is for input, and it's actually for the inputting of blocks that you can use to fill in any holes that this makes as it's mining. And the one on the back is for output. So what I've done is I've put the dimensional transceiver here, as I say, and I've got that set so that there's a power line coming out that's going into the power slot, and I've configured it so that it's basically on our stuff item, which is what it was before when it was on the builder. So that's sending all of the items that it mines across the dimensions and through to our chest in the base. So that's all working pretty good. And if I just show you this really quickly, so we'll go into the config and we'll do iron again because I've got some iron ore on me. Now you can change the radius of this, and I think the maximum is 32. It accepts 32. Let's see 33, see if that'll accept that. No, so there you go. The maximum radius is 32. And then if we add a new filter again, item stack, And we'll grab our iron, pop an iron block in there, save it. And then we'll go back to the main screen. And if you just hit the start button on this, it's now going to tell us we've got 1,421 odd items to mine. Now, we can go back across to the base. Let's make sure we're happy about this. In fact, I'm just going to grab the chunk loader down and pop that in front. I'm not sure if this chunk loads itself, but until I've found out, I'm just going to assume not, and we'll pop that there. Potentially it won't hurt. And then we'll just jump back through to the overworld. Yeah, we'll just quickly jet this out. Just give it a couple of seconds just to sort itself out. And say get over to the house. For whatever reason, I can't control the space bar at the moment. Right, there we go. And let's jump down here. And hopefully we can see, in fact, this is doing something now. I wonder if this is still doing stuff from before. No, there we go. So there is the iron going through. And yeah, that is all going through our system as normal. So that's great. So that's now set up and working. So from now on, what we'll be able to do is, as I say, actually just nip across to the mining dimension and we can order whatever that we want. We're not leaving massive holes everywhere, which it doesn't really matter, to be fair. I mean, that's what the mining dimension is for, but it's obviously easier if you're not leaving, sort of like holes everywhere or whatever. The only thing, obviously, that we've got to make sure is that, if we want a particular type of ore, we've got to go and find one of those ore at first. So I guess we don't want to be using our last ones. I might have to just take one of everything out and just sort of like keep that, in my handy bag or something like that, just so that's ready. And we can always configure the filters on the digital miner. But yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty happy with how that is working. Of course, I think I probably mentioned this earlier, that the other way that you can use it is to actually go into the filter and there's an inverse button in there. So you can potentially go in there and set it so that, unlike the builder, which just has some pre-configured slots for, sort of like dirt and cobble, sand, etc., you can go in and add some extra filters in, with the andesite or, with all of these bits that we don't want to collect anymore. Like I said, there are quite a few different ways that you can sort of like handle the inventory over here. You could have put void upgrades on here. I could have put some extra filters and pipes and sort of trash cans against the builder or against the incoming point here by the chest to get rid of them. But as I say, I quite like having the control that the agricultural expansion gives, whereby you just sort of like actually starting off with the materials that you want. So I like that feature of the digital miner as well. And yeah, so that is pretty much it, actually. And yeah, I think I'm going to end the episode there while we're actually on a high before anything else breaks. As I say, in between episodes, I'm going to go away. I'm going to do a bit of landscaping here. I'm probably going to want to use the chisel and bits along there as well. I've kind of got a little bit of an idea of how I want to do this. I just, I'm kind of aware that I'm just sort of throwing at buildings all over the place, and I'm not really sort of, for want of a better word, beautifying the place or whatever. We've already said that we were going to have a fountain here, and yeah, I think potentially if I do something sort of interesting with chisel and bits, I might record a little bit of that. But certainly the next 2 or 3 episodes, I'm sort of want to get back to doing a little bit more tech. And then after that, yeah, we're definitely going to get back to doing a bit more building. Because I say, I do miss that and I quite enjoy it. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now and I'm going to end the episode. So if you like the video and, you found it useful, drop us a like. It's always much appreciated. I know I say it on every video, but it really, really does help. It lets me know that I'm doing at least something right. And yeah, just the same, if you don't like it, drop us a comment. Tell us what it is that you don't like. And, I can't guarantee that I can change it because at the end of the day, I record videos the way that I record videos, but I can at least see and, I can try to address things if I need to. But as always, guys, in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.